Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are going to be talking about the rumors that are going around, and I said rumors because rumors can be 50-50. It can be true or it can be false. So rumor has it that the new African refugees will allegedly be occupying some farmland provided by AcreTrade. So a lot is being said right now, especially considering the fact that many local farmers have been losing their lands, and a lot of this is happening coincidentally around the same time South African farmers are arriving in the country. I don't want to get into so much details right now. I'm gonna play the clips that I collected for you guys from TikTok, and then I'm gonna come back at the end of this video to give my own 2 cents. Let's get into this.
Where all these South Africans are gonna go, don't worry, they already had a plan in place, and it was called AcreTrader. That's right, they already took the farmland from farmers who were failing. As a matter of fact, they have about 40,000 acres of farmland that they took from American farmers because they wouldn't give them subsidies. AcreTrader is an American real estate investment company that specializes in farmland. It says here that the company aims to increase investor access to real estate assets and provides capitals to farmers and growers to expand their business. But what they failed to leave out here is that the first investor into AcreTrader was none other than JD Vance. You know JD Vance, the one who's in charge of the White House with the president who is cutting all the subsidies to the farmers? Yeah, that JD Vance. And what they also failed to mention is the fact that the people who were investing, yeah, they were South Africaners. And guess who just came to America to go on these farms? That's right, you guessed it. Are you sick of it yet? Are you sick of it yet? $880 billion being pulled from Medicaid so they can fund tax money going to the rich. Your farmland being taken away from American farmers and being given to South African refugees. People being trafficked all over the United States and outside of this country for financial gain. Minimum wage is $7.25 hasn't been raised since 2009. You can't afford health care. You can't afford your car insurance. You're probably not going to be able to buy a home anytime soon, and grocery prices are through the roof, and guess who's gonna own your food now? The People's Sick Day is coming. It's gonna be a 1 to 3 day collection of people who are going to take back their power by setting down. No more showing up for work when you're making peanuts and they're giving away your farmland to foreigners. You better join us, because unless we stand up, none of us are going to win this fight.
You know, every time I stop to think, okay, we should really start getting involved as the Black collective, I get pissed off and I go, no, I didn't break it. I don't want to get involved in something that someone else broke, particularly if they broke it thinking that they weren't going to suffer, but others would. This individualism thing here in the United States. I want to get involved, but then you find out some shit like the farmers for Trump. Farmers for Trump. Losing their farms, which coincidentally happens to be at the same time that they're bringing over 8,000 South Africans who lost their land in South Africa. So farmers, what do y'all think is going to happen with that land? I'll wait. What do y'all think is going to happen to your land that's been in your family for hundreds of years? You've been farming and tilling and producing. Now you have no money and the South Africans are coming. How do you feel about that? What are you going to do with those pew-pews that you were going to use in this so-called civil war now? Now they've introduced the enemy. Now they've introduced the enemy, and what are you going to do about it? Because I certainly don't hear y'all saying anything. You voted for this. You chose this. And no, I'm not helping you. No, because you meant to hurt me. And you're hurting yourselves. The fucked up shit is, I'm still here. And I'm gonna have to suffer right with you. Not as bad as you, trust me. Because y'all don't know how to suffer. But You know, it affects everybody. Your choice. I hope you can live with yourselves. I hope your ancestors that now see their land going to a foreigner who could care two shits about you, I hope they come and haunt you for the rest of your life.
Farmers for Trump. Farmers for Trump. Y'all might want to get in here. I know you're going to want to get in here for this one. And have a seat while you're at it. Because when I finish telling you what I just learned, your knees going to buckle. Okay. One of the first things the Trump administration did when they got in the office was they went against all those deals that the government, that Biden administration made with y'all, with the farmers, right? They reneged on contracts. They didn't bring in the last payment they were supposed to bring in. A lot of y'all are losing y'all farms because of that, right? Because they reneged. There's this company called AcreTrader. I've mentioned this company before. This company, one of the first investors was a guy named JD Vance. Yes, the vice president y'all voted into office. JD Vance was one of the first investors. Guess who were investing along with JD Vance? South Africans. You get where I'm going? South Africans were investors. Many of them. So now fast forward to today. You guys are losing your land. Right? Trump just brought and is still bringing over thousands of South Africans. You get where I'm going? He's bringing in thousands of South Africans. Where you think those South Africans gonna end up? Where you think they're going? AcreTrader has confiscated, or you can say purchased, whatever. I think they say it's about over 40,000 acres. The farmers that have already lost their land. I want y'all to do yourself a favor. Drive by. Give it a little minute, but drive by and see who the new owners of your farms are. Gotcha. They got y'all. They got y'all damn good. Do you see this was a plan? You see it was a plan? Now y'all see it. They played y'all the entire time. They've been playing y'all they've been playing y'all before November 4th. They knew what they were going to do when they got in there. All they needed y'all to do was fall for that old okie dokie again. You know that okie dokie that y'all never learned from. Where the wealthy white people use your hatred against black people and tell you that you are better than the most intelligent, most educated black man, while they constantly picking y'all pockets. Well, now they done picked your land out from up under you. Y'all keep thinking that these rich white people are on y'all side. What you don't understand is the rich white people see y'all the same as they see us. You ain't got money. You're no use to them. You're pawns. They like to move y'all around the board. But on their level, never. In their circle, never. How many of y'all been out to Mar-a-Lago? Farmers. MAGA. How many times y'all been down to Mar-a-Lago? How many times has he actually invited you in his home, in his surroundings? I know how many times he done offered to a price tag for y'all to come see him. But how many times has he ever opened his doors to where he is? You guys would never be in that circle. JD Vance was in this company, invested in this company before he even became vice president. Think about it.
There's no reason that we should give a dime to those farmers that voted for Trump. Let's make sure they get exactly what they deserve. Nothing.
Africans are gonna go. Don't worry. They already had a plan in place.
I'd be willing to bet all these South African refugees that are coming here have direct ties to the Musk family and to the guy that Musk created PayPal with, the guy that's behind JD Vance, basically, the guy that made JD Vance. Because the pipeline from AcreTrader to JD Vance to that guy to South Africa is pretty fucking clear. So these people probably have ties to those families. Also, Tiffany, her ex-husband, South African mining family. The line is lining, okay? Like, it's there. These people don't need to escape persecution. They're not being persecuted, okay? They're not. I would be willing to bet you these are very wealthy South African families that are coming here. But hey, those American farmers, they'll do great sharecropping for those people, won't they? They'll be fine. They'll be fine. It'll be wonderful to watch those people living in their homes and they can work the fields for those South African people. Great. Perfect. Lovely. I love it. I love this for you, MAGA farmers. I love this for you. So, farmers for Trump. Come here. Let me get this straight. At the beginning of the year, he stopped all of your subsidies, and a bunch of you were hurting for that. And if you didn't have to sell off your farm, a lot of people had to sell off farming equipment or, just bite that. Some people even, lost their homes because they couldn't pay that off, right? All the while, your government, JD Vance, was investing in a company that was busy buying up American farmers' land as they lost it. And the South Africans bought up your farms. So my question is, does it make the sting any better knowing it was a white immigrant that stole your job?
So let's talk about what is really going on here, because whether you want to call it a coincidence or something else entirely, there's definitely a pattern that's harder to ignore. A lot of people are speculating, and understandably so. The timing is strange, to say the least. We've got farmers all across the country suddenly losing their farms. And I do mean suddenly, like since January, okay? Things are happening. And at the same exact time, America just so happens to be welcoming Afrikaans refugees from South Africa, African refugees. Yeah. And the land is somehow being made available to them, allegedly through AcreTrades, okay? Farms are being lost on one side and gained on the other side. That's not just a headline, guys. That's not just gossip. That's not just rumors. That's something to pause and, put on the table and talk about it. I'm going to try and be real, a little bit real on this. This is going to be a hard video reaction for me. It's not easy. It's not even to say, because how can I put it? It's going to be so hard for me to say some things out loud here. Like, there are a lot of layers that I needed to share with you guys, but I don't think I can do it here. Maybe on TikTok. Things have been brewing for a long time, and things are just now surfacing. This is a pattern. I'm going to end there. But here's what I can say with confidence. Under the previous administration, yes, during the Biden era, this wasn't happening. No farmers were losing their land, unless it's something that I'm not aware of. If they were losing farms, it was something that wasn't so massive that I didn't even get to know about this, okay? Yeah, there were problems, sure, but not like this, okay? Not like this level of suddenly land loss, not this fast, and certainly not at the same time new foreign settlers were arriving. So you tell me, what kind of coincidence is that? You think that's just happening on its own, or are we looking at something deeper, something we need to talk about? To me, this is looking like it's yet another case of, FAFO for the farmers. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah, so I've been on TikTok, scrolling through countless videos from desperate farmers, okay? People who have had land in their families for generations now pleading for help, posting videos begging the public to support them, to help them, share the videos so that it can reach as many people. Some are even asking, for contribution to raise money to save their farm, to stop their land from being auctioned off or seized. And it's it's not a really good thing to watch. These aren't just farmers. These are livelihoods, these are legacies, these, I don't know. It's where we're watching history being rewritten in real time. And for those of you who've been paying attention, you probably saw the sister. If you paid attention to, this entire video, you saw that sister in the traditional native outfit. She said what many are afraid to say. Yes. And I think she was honest enough. She didn't miss anything. Everything she said was on point. I don't want to repeat what she said, but she said what she said. Yeah, so let me leave you with a coded knowledge, hoping that you'll get it. And I'm sure you will. It's something that might help you to wake up, or at the very least, okay? Start thinking, asking questions, right questions. And yes, I'm going to say it in a way that's meant to make you think, okay? Not everything can be spelled out directly. If you know, you know. I'm going to try my best. So here goes. These were in watermelon to Israel, okay? They went to South Africa, Cape Town. They wanted a piece of it to be turned into a country. I don't know how that is going, but it was all over the news last year, okay? And now they're in America. And everywhere they go, what footprints do they leave? Yeah, think about that. Really think about that. Anyway, because the pattern is clear, the strategy is global, and the impact is generational. The question is, will you keep sleeping through it, or will you start waking up? I don't know. Maybe this is something that can't be stopped. It has to happen, because it has been happening in all those places, all those areas I've mentioned. Maybe it's something that you can't do anything about. Look, I'm here to tell you how to think. I'm not here to tell you how to think, okay? But I'm here to ask you to think deep, okay? Don't just accept the headlines, okay? Don't brush this news off. This immigration story or refugee crisis, whatever you want to call it, don't brush it off. There is more to it than you are seeing. The land doesn't just disappear. Someone gets it. The question is who and why. I think I've said too much. Okay? Just let me know what you think about this video in the comment section down below. I want to hear your thoughts. Whether you agree, disagree, or for somewhere in between, or are welcome. I want to read what you think about this in the comment section down below. Sorry. This is something that we need to keep talking about it. We're going to see how this unfolds. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please make sure you do, because this is not a story for today, tomorrow, and forget. The Africans are already in America, and it's going to be a long journey. We're going to be around them. The news will keep coming about them. Already one of them was interviewed, I don't know by which news media. He said something like he left his 3-bedroom house, he left his mother, his dog, and whatever, and came to the US. And people kept asking this question. If there was truly persecution in South Africa, how does he run to America, leaving his mother? We can pardon the dog. Okay, the dog, yeah. But the mother, he decided to leave her there, where there is persecution. Who does that? He should have stayed to defend, to fight for the mother, right? The answer is simple, because there is nothing like that. Unless the government of South Africa is lying, right? Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section down below. And I will definitely see you in my next video. Please stay peaceful.